Adonai, El Adonai vaya'el lanu, Yisru chag ba'avotim, ad karnot hamizbeach. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai, Baruch haba b'shem Adonai, Erachnuchem mibeit Adonai, Erachnuchem mibeit Adonai. Adonai, Baruch haba b'shem Adonai, Erachnuchem mibeit Adonai, Erachnuchem mibeit Adonai. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And Shabbat Shalom again. And Bruchim Habaim, welcome. We are so pleased that all of you are here to celebrate Shabbat with us after a hard week in the world, but also, and perhaps more importantly and excitingly for us tonight, to celebrate our youth who have remained deeply connected to our community, who have remained deeply connected to one another in friendship, to this wonderful cohort, this outstanding confirmation class. You guys rock, you are a wonderful group. Amen. But also, and here up, I will cry, to stay connected to their Judaism. It's so important. And we're here also, in addition to just having wonderful confirmands here, we have two Banot Mitzvah, Serena and Gabriella, and we look forward to celebrating with you tomorrow. As many of you know, our confirmation class will be leading our service, inviting you to share in prayers and song, reading Torah for us, and sharing their reflections on this milestone. As you can tell, being here with this class is tremendously meaningful to me and to all of our clergy, including Rabbi Sachs, who is on sabbatical now, but he sends his good greetings with all of us. We are living in extremely challenging times on many levels. And we know that for almost everyone here, it is not always easy to affirm and embrace, to take pride and responsibility for and in our Judaism. In this time, when Israel, a country to which we are linked, no matter what your Zionist views are, when that country is at war, in this time when all of us know and see, and all of you live, rising anti-Semitism, it is not easy to step up and say yes every day, as you are today, to our tradition. But you guys, this class of confirmation students, perhaps more than any other class in the intensity of this past year, has done that. You guys, I'm so grateful to you. I can't tell you how much it means to our congregation. You all are the future of Judaism, and you are a bright star in this dark time. Thank you, guys. I'm looking at every one of you. and I hope you feel it, and I'm saying it for every person on this bima, including our past president, on behalf of all of our leadership, I want to say thank you to you, even before you step up to say your first word in this leadership of this service. Thank you for your dedication to our tradition, and thank you for saying yes today and every day. And thank you, parents and siblings and grandparents and supporters, for making this a priority for your families, for cheering on your children each time they affirmed their Judaism, and also for being present for them when they had their questions, when they had their doubts. We, all of us on the bima, understand that bringing your young adults to this milestone is a statement of commitment, your commitment as well. And I thank you for that too. We so appreciate all of you, and especially our class. We are inspired by you, and we know that we are about to be inspired by you some more. And we also are truly excited about the future that you will bring in the coming years to each other, to our community, and the Jewish people. And we turn now to our wonderful Shabbat service, as you know, led by our students, and also our Benot Mitzvah students will participate in our service. The clergy is doing a little bit. We begin with an opening song, Hine Matov, and I turn to those students who are leading us in that song and ask them to come on up to the bima. Great job, you guys. We continue to welcome Shabbat. We started with song. We turn now to the traditional welcoming of Shabbat through Shabbat candles. And in honor of their children becoming Benot Mitzvah on this Shabbat, I'd like to invite Gabriella's father, David, Serena's mom, Risa, to come to the bima. In your prayer books, we are on page 3, and the prayer is on page 2.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all those who behold them, so may we give by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Each light again.
אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
We continue now in our prayer books on page 20 and 21 with the singing of Lecha Dodi as we welcome Shabbat in this part of the Kabbalat Shabbat, part of our service. At verse 9, when Mia sings, we rise as we turn to the back facing the entrance to the synagogue, and we are welcoming in with our presence facing that part of the synagogue to bringing in Shabbat. And then we'll ask you to remain standing after that. So page 20 and 21, Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך אדוני לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
לקראת שבת לכו ונחה, כי היא מקור הברכה. בראש מקדם נשואה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצורה. תוך אמוני העם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
We continue with the Barhu on page 28.
continue with the Ma'ariv Aravim, page 30. Please join me if you feel comfortable with the Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, bechochma potea sharim, uvitvuna mashne itim, umechalif et hazmanim, umseder et hakohavim, b'mishrotehem barakia kirtzono, b'rei yom v'layla, golel or mitne choshe, v'choshe mitne or. Umavir yom ve'layla, umavdil bein yom ubein layla, Adonai tzavaot shemo. El Hai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
Page 32. Avat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha, Ahavta, Torah ut mitzvot, Hukim umishpatim, Otanu lidmata. Al kain, Adonai Eloheinu, B'shochbenu, uvkumenu. Naseach bechukecha, Benismach, B'direi Toratcha, ut mitzvotecha leolam va'ed. Page 33. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol.
All these things your Torah gives to us.
And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives.
What could be a truer token of your abiding love
Than this holiest of your works, and the living language that gives it form.
Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Please join me in singing Shema on page 34.
Please be seated. We continue with chanting Ve'ahavta on page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol livavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meotecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh Asher Anochi Mitzavecha Hayom Alevavecha Vishinantam Levanecha Vidibarta Bam Beshivtecha Bevetecha Uvlechtecha Vaderech Ushochbecha Uvkumecha Ukshartam leot al yadecha, vehayu letotafot bein einecha, uchtavtam al mizuzot beitecha, uvisharecha, leman tiskeru, ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai, ve'item kedoshim le'elohehem. Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Hotzeitiechem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Lichiyot Lachem Le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God.
Page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. On page 40.
We continue with the Hashkivenu on page 42. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Lashalom v'hamidenu shomrenu l'haim. Ufros alenu sukat shlomecha, v'taknenu be'etza tova milfanecha, v'hoshienu laman shalmecha.
We continue on page 43. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter, into the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haparis sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, va'al Yerushalayim.
So one of our confirmands is home ill this evening and asked that somebody read his speech. So I'm reading speech 1 on behalf of Henry Katz. Ladies and gentlemen, today Henry would have stood before you to share a deeply personal journey of self-discovery and gratitude. It's a story about finding his Jewish identity and the pivotal role that Temple Road of Shalom has played in shaping who he is today. At the heart of it all, he wants to express his profound appreciation to Mr. Fred Blumenthal for his unwavering guidance and support over the past 2 years. I just have to interject that Henry participated in our alternative program to Nativot, that is an independent study called Hineni, I Am Here, where they choose their own pathways and do their own independent projects, so he got to know Mr. Blumenthal really well. When I first stepped into, I'm going to read it in the first person because that's going to be easier. When I first stepped into Temple Road of Shalom, I was searching for something. I felt the need to connect with my Jewish heritage, to understand the traditions, the values, and the rich history that had been passed down through generations. Little did I know that the spiritual home would become the catalyst for the transformation I have been seeking. From the moment I walked through the doors of the temple, I was embraced by a warm and welcoming community. The members of Temple Road of Shalom became my extended family, providing a safe space where I could explore, ask questions, and grow in my understanding of Judaism. The synagogue became a sanctuary, a place where I could find solace and inspiration. But it was Mr. Fred Blumenthal who became my guiding light during this journey. His wisdom, kindness, and dedication to teaching opened my eyes to the depth and beauty of our Jewish traditions. Whether through his lovely holiday parties, engaging lessons, or one-on-one conversations, the current state of the Washington Nationals, Mr. Blumenthal always took the time to nurture and challenge my understanding, helping me navigate the complexities of my Jewish identity. Through his guidance, I learned that being Jewish is not just about observing the rituals or attending services. It's about embracing the values that lie at the core of our faith: compassion, justice, and the pursuit of knowledge. Mr. Blumenthal helped me see that my Jewish identity is not confined to the walls of the synagogue, but rather it extends into every aspect of my life. Temple Road of Shalom has provided me with countless opportunities to engage in meaningful community service, social justice initiatives, and educational programs. From volunteering at local shelters to participating in interfaith dialogues, I have been able to put my Jewish values into action, making a positive impact on the world around me. And so, I stand here, he would have stood here, Henry, we miss you being here, 2 years later, getting confirmed among my peers, feeling a closer connection to my Jewish heritage than ever before. At this point in time, it is crucial that we make our voices as Jews heard in a world full of anti-Semitism. I would not be able to communicate this message to all of you today if it weren't for Mr. Blumenthal's guidance. He is the reason I am able to stand up on the bima, or would have stood up on the bima today, and he thanks him for everything. Shabbat Shalom.
Before joining confirmation, I was honestly skeptical about my faith as a whole. I'd only been to the temple for the high holidays and some special occasions since my bar mitzvah, outside of accidentally walking to class. One time I tried going to Netivot. Turns out I was not signed up for women in the Bible. Not only was I skeptical about my faith, but also my connection to the community. And I kept asking myself, do I believe in God? Around August of last year, I went to the pre-confirmation meeting. Only 5 people went, but I still enjoyed it enough to sign up for confirmation. Mainly because I wanted to get the chance to go to New York parent-free. At that meeting, I also met Hannah and Beryl, who were both great at persuading the 5 of us to join. I still remember Beryl showing us a picture from a senior prom, in which he had pink hair. I also heard great things from family friends who really enjoyed confirmation and vouched that the New York trip was worth it. So I signed up, and then I waited a little bit for it to start. And when the day finally came for the first confirmation meeting, I went to my first Netivot in around a year and a half. While eating a slice of pizza, I looked around and I had 2 immediate thoughts. 1, I know nobody here. 2, I have no Wi-Fi. When it finally came time to go to class, I realized I only knew 2 people, both of whom who go to my high school. Even though I only knew 2 people, though, Beryl was a great teacher. And the Learning New York trip kept me come back every single Sunday that I could go. As time went on, I continued to keep to myself for the most part, and had yet to really connect with anybody in my class. But as we crept towards the New York trip, more people started to come. Although the trip was supposed to be in October, it got put back to January early on. As January crept closer, I found myself starting to talk more and more to the kids in my class. I had even gotten a roommate for the trip and was really eager to go. After waiting for what felt like an eternity, the day of the trip came, instead of the blissful 4 a.m. wake up. The bus had other plans though, as it got stuck while leaving the parking lot because of an ice on the speed hump. We sat at the exit for a solid 25 minutes, until we finally got over the hump, and we were finally on the road. Only 4 more hours to go. The trip was a blast. We started off by touring the NYU Hillel House and doing a scavenger hunt around Greenwich Village. Day 2, we did a food tour of the Lower East Side and visited Chelsea Market, and that night we went to a Broadway show. We spent our last day in Battery Park in Ellis Island and took the bus home after eating lunch. The visits to Cane's and Times Square late at night was just the cherry on top. And on top of that, I was even getting closer to the other kids in my class. I even promised Hannah I would join the Madrakim program when we returned. I promised I followed through on, and I'm very glad I did so. The trip and confirmations hall has propelled me into a Jewish community I felt so disconnected from not that long ago. I am now a Madrakim, helping in a 6th grade class, and regularly participate in Tristy events, such as DC United games, Wizard games, and even bingo night. I finally have friends and legitimate connections with the kids that are my age in the Jewish community. I now have only gotten the closest I've ever been to the Jewish community, but also my faith. I now have my own informed decisions about what I believe. And it's all been rooted in the connections and the friendships that I've made over the course of this confirmation class, but more importantly, because of the people that were in it.
We return to our prayer books as we turn to page 44 for Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ.
וביום השביעי ושבר ויהי נפש.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
We continue with Ha Tefillah on page 46. Please rise and join me if you are comfortable with the Hebrew. Adonai sefatai tifta ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Hasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mei Gula Livnei V'neihem, Le'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah.
We continue with the Givurot on page 50. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, mechaye hakol ata rav lehoshia, morid hatol, mechalkel chaim bechesed, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממי ומחיים ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לך חיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
Page 52. Ata kadosh v'shimha kadosh, ukdoshim b'hol yom yehalu hasela. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated.
I didn't realize how important that this last year was for my Jewish education until I really started thinking about it. To be honest, Judaism was not a very big part of my life in the past few years. This was mostly because of COVID and not being in the temple as much as I normally would. Last year, I had returned to the temple for the first time since my bar mitzvah. It was to attend the NTVO classes, but something was still missing. Classes often consisted of me and some friends just hanging out or taking the cooking class. It was fun, but I didn't learn much about Judaism. This past year has felt much different because we learned so much about Judaism. We would have group discussions about certain topics that everybody would participate in. About 4 months ago, our class went on a trip to visit New York City. While we had fun exploring New York City, especially visiting Times Square at night, my biggest takeaway from the trip was my deeper interest in Judaism. For the first time since my bar mitzvah, I had felt extremely connected with Judaism, and it had become a bigger part in my life. If you are a parent in the crowd right now wondering if your kid should do the confirmation, my answer will be yes 100% of the time. This past year, I always look forward to coming to the temple every Sunday because I became more interested in what we were learning, and of course, seeing my friends too. I also loved getting to see all the teachers here, and I always enjoyed hearing what they had to say. Preparing for confirmation has been a huge part of my life this year, and it truly helped me feel more connected with my Jewish community and with Judaism. Lastly, I would like to thank all the congregation members here tonight, and I would also like to thank my teachers that have taught me over the course of many years, going all the way back to preschool, my bar mitzvah, and finally leading up to this moment here tonight.
Throughout this year, Beryl has been showing us how Judaism can connect us to anything and everything that life can touch. And for me, that meant music. For those who don't know, I've been playing cello throughout this service. Music brings us closer to ourselves and to each other and to God. And I believe that the reason that music is such a large part of my life today is because of my Jewish experience. For me, growing up at TRS, my favorite part of services was always the song. Whenever we were sitting here at service and I was getting bored, I was always delighted to come back in when I heard the piano play and the congregation sing. Music brought joy into our lives and our temple, and it connects us all. I've been inspired by my experience to share my love of music. Over Thanksgiving last year, I went to visit my grandparents in Wisconsin. While I was there, I played cello for my grandma, who has Alzheimer's disease, and other people living at her memory care facility. I prepared a lot of music to play for them, some calmer classical music, and some songs they would know, like Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I always loved playing the cello, and I was very excited to play for them. Before I began, I noticed how many of them seemed to be in their own world. They didn't care what I was going to play for them. Or so I thought. When I started to play, they all became alive. It was an incredible feeling. The smiles I saw on their face showed me that my music was reaching them and making everyone feel happy. They were all connected to each other in the same way that music connected us to each other and God here at TRS. Bringing people together like this is a mitzvah, and it helps me connect to Judaism. This is what Beryl and the others have taught me through confirmation, that everything and anything I can do connects me to Judaism. Shabbat Shalom.
We continue with the English in the middle of page 54. You set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all other days, more sacred than all festival times. So it is written in your Torah, the heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God had completed the work that had been done, ceasing then on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, and ceased from all the creative work that God had chosen to do. Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avoteinu, ve'imotenu, ritzei, v'imnuchatenu, kadeshenu b'mitzvotecha, v'tein chalkenu b'toratecha, sabe'enu mituvecha, v'samechenu b'shuatecha, v'taher libeinu le'ovdecha be'emet v'hanchilenu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava uvratzon Shabbat kodshecha v'yanuchu v'Yisrael mekadeshei shemecha Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Page 55. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
Page 56. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael, utfilatam be'ahava tikabel, utahi liratzon tamid, avodat Yisrael amecha, el karov lechol korav, Pnei el avadecha vechonenu, shefoch ruchacha alenu. Find favor, Adonai our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer in love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants. Pour out your spirit upon us.
V'techezena einenu b'shuvcha, l'tzion barachamim. Let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai, hamachazir shehinuto l'tzion.
Please join me on page 58 with the Modim. Modim anachnu la shatachu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu le'olam va'ed. Tzor chayenu magen yishenu atahu lador vador. We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God, and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wonders, deeds, and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one, whose mercies never end, O compassionate one, whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. For all these things, O sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, ulha na'eh lahadot.
We join in our prayer for peace, Shalom, on page 60.
Baruch atah Adonai, hamavarech et amo Yisrael bashalom.
Good evening. As I stand here today, I'm filled with the gratitude for the journey that has brought me to this moment. I want to start by saying that I've grown and learned so much through the experience of confirmation, and I'm so grateful to have done it. My Jewish identity is mainly centered around community. I, like many others, have found this community through programs such as URJ Sleepaway Camps, where I have found some of my best friends. Due to confirmation, I feel like I have found a similar community here at TRS. The bonds I have formed with my classmates have made the whole confirmation experience, from discussions to trips to 5-minute breaks during a lesson, much more enjoyable and meaningful. My favorite experience from our confirmation class was our trip to New York City, like many others. It was such an amazing opportunity, and our class was able to really connect more through the independence we had. I had so much fun visiting Ellis Island and looking at my ancestors, to trying Jewish foods and running around the city at night. My mom always says that people make the party, and that was very true for me with confirmation. The relationships I've made through Judaism are so special to me. I am so grateful that my religion has connected me to so many amazing people, and it is these connections that make me the person I am today.
I remember getting on the bus for the confirmation trip to New York, barely able to contain my excitement. Pulling out of TRS at 5 a.m. with snow falling all around us, I was ready to go. Little did I know the immense impact the trip would have on my connection to TRS and my Jewish identity. On the trip, we tried Jewish food and explored Jewish history, enriching ourselves in the New York City Jewish culture. It was a new experience for me to share those moments with a community like the confirmation class. Confirmation holds such importance to me because prior to this year, my connection to Judaism and TRS was mainly through my family. I've always enjoyed services, but they've also always simply been, honestly, something I had to do. My parents took me to Sunday school. Now it is not only a choice, but I'm bummed if I have to miss it. When I recently went to Florida, and as I was trying to tan under the hot sun, all I could think about was the energy and discussions that I was missing. And trust me, I would love a tan. I've always been proud of being a Jew, but I didn't have motivation to come to Netivot every Sunday. This year, Beryl's intriguing discussions about my individual beliefs and the friends I've made are the reason I'm standing here today as a proud confirmand. But the best thing to come out of confirmation was by far the deepened connection to Judaism and to God, and the motivation to contribute and be a part of the Jewish community both at TRS and my local community. This year, my peers and I started the first Jewish Student Association at Langley High School and recently put up a display for Jewish American Heritage Month. I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity Dara and Beryl gave me in allowing me to be a part of confirmation, because without it, I'm not sure I would feel the same pride I do standing here today. We continue.
Shalom,
After that beautiful prayer of peace, we take a moment to focus on helping those who are not feeling peace and wholeness to feel that through the prayer Mishaberach, a prayer that offers a sense of shalom, peace, and shalem, wholeness. And tonight we're going to just ask for names from the congregation. We begin with the Hebrew words Mishaberach, Avotenu ve'imotenu, Sarah, Avraham, Yitzchak, ve'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, ve'Leah, Hu Yivarech et HaCholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all those people you're carrying, all those people you know who are in need of prayers for wholeness, for healing, for well-being. I invite you to say those names aloud as we make our way, my hand around the room. If you'd like to say a name, Michael. May the Blessed One, the Holy One, be filled with compassion and support them in health, that their health may be restored and their strength revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say Amen.
Amen.
We sing Mishaberach.
Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We've come now to the service for the reading of Torah. At confirmation, our confirmation students are reading the Ten Commandments, which you'll find in your in the commentaries at your seats. We'll get you that page when it's time for that part of the reading. We have 5 students that have learned the Torah portion, and will be sharing that with us, as well as an introduction to the Torah portion. We also, during this time, we actually will be passing the Torah down, ultimately, from each confirmand to the next confirmand, as they take time to think about not only what's in the Torah itself that we read in the Ten Commandments, but also the feeling of what this means confirming tonight their Judaism. So the Torah service begins on page 244. As we rise to take out the Torahs, I invite our confirmation class to take their places in the aisles. Ein kamocha va'elohim Adonai, ve'ein kema'asecha.
מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור.
Ein kamocha va'elohim Adonai, ve'ein kema'asecha. Malechutecha malechut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha bechol dor vador. Let's join together in the words of our people, the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadelul Adonai iti, unerramemo Shemo yachdav. Eitz Chaim hi lamachazikim ha, vetomcheha meushar, deracheha darchei noam, bechol netivotecha shalom, shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh yameinu kekedem. Eitz Chaim hi lamachazikim ha, bechol netivoteha shalom, shalom.
Please be seated.
Tonight, we are going to be reading the Torah portion that includes the 10 Commandments. These commandments were created to teach and guide people about how they should act as good Jews. When people interpret the 10 Commandments, they tend to focus on the behavior that makes a good Jew, but the 10 Commandments were also created to bring the Jewish people together. They had just escaped Egypt and were wandering in a desert trying to find the Promised Land, so of course, times weren't exactly easy. The 10 Commandments help them to be guided in how to be a community. This community aspect of Judaism is just as important as the rules that govern our religion, and for me, it may even be more important. My Jewish identity is very centered around the Jewish communities that I am a part of. One of these communities is Temple Erev Shalom, and more specifically, the confirmation class of 2024. I have always had a special place in my heart for Temple because I have spent so much of my time growing up here. I started my journey here in the preschool program, then as soon as I was able, I joined Camp Erev Shalom, then Sunday school, then Nitivot, and now confirmation. And each community that I formed here has been more and more special. Confirmation especially has been such a great experience. The discussions that Beryl led and the memories that I have made with my confirmation friends throughout the year will always make me smile to look back on. I wasn't sure about confirmation coming in, but I'm so grateful I did it for the community and the experience. I have also found Jewish communities in other places such as Sleepaway Camp and BBYO. I have made some of my closest friends in these communities, and I am forever grateful that my religion has given me the chance to be a part of such special groups of people. As Jews, we are very blessed to not just have the religious aspect of our religion, but also to have such wonderful people who we can connect to and support in our vast community.
Beautiful job. Thank you very much. Come over here for blessings.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah. Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vaydaber Elohim et kol hadavarim ha'ele lemor. Anochi Adonai Elohecha asher hotzeiticha me'eretz Mitzrayim mibeit avadim. Lo yihyeh lecha Elohim acherim al panai. Lo ta'aseh lecha fesel v'chol temunah asher bashamayim mima'al. Va'asher ba'aretz mitachat, va'asher ba'mayim mitachat la'aretz.
Lo tishtachave lachem velo te'avdem, ki anochi Adonai Elohecha Elkanah. Poked avon avot al banim al shileshim ve'al ribeim lisonai ve'oseh chesed la'alafim le'ochavai ulshomrei mitzvotai lo tisa et shem Adonai Elohecha Lashav ki lo yenakeh Adonai et asher yisa et shemo lashav.
Zahor et Yom HaShabbat lekodesho, sheishet yamim ta'avod. V'asita kol melachtecha, v'yom hashvei Shabbat l'Adonai Elohecha, lo ta'aseh kol melacha ata, v'inha uvitecha, avdecha v'amatecha, uvehemtecha, v'gerecha asher bisharecha. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz et hayom v'et kol asher bam v'yanach bam yom hashvei al kain v'yirecha Adonai et yom hashabbat v'yidkadshehu. Kabed et avicha v'et emecha, lema'an ya'arikun yamecha al ha'adama, asher Adonai Elohecha noten laha, lo tirta, lo tinaf, lo tignov, lo ta'aneh b're'aha et shaker. Lo takmod beit reyecha, lo takmod eshet reyecha, ve'avdo va'amato ושבו וחמורו וכל אשר לרעך.
וכל העם רואים את הקולות ואת הלפידים ואת קול השופר ואת הרעשים וירא העם ויענו ויעמדו מרחוק ויאמרו אל משה דבר אתה עמנו ונשמע ואל ידבר עמנו אלוהים פן נמות ויאמר משה אל נם אל תיראו כי לבעבור נעשות אתכם באלוהים ובעבור תהיה יראתו על פניהם לבלתי תחלטו.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Thank you all very much. Beautiful job. You can go back to your seats. We are, though, going to rise as we dress the Torah and return the Torah to the ark. I want to invite Gabriella and Serena to help us with this honor. So if you guys could help dress the Torah, and we all join together in song. וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. We join together in Eitz Chaim, page 256. Eitz Chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivotecha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadesh yameinu kekedem. You may be seated.
Being the newest clergy member on this team, I was honored to find out that I would be giving the confirmation class their address tonight. So of course I asked my clergy colleagues what they have written about, spoken about in past years, and they said great movies, TV shows, and music that had come out during the year, like pop culture things. So I thought about talking about Taylor Swift and the Eras tour, different TikTok trends that I've seen, like thrifting, all different things. I even sourced, what was cool from some of you and got some interesting answers. And I really weighed all these different things. But as I thought through all my options, I realized that in this year especially, there was something different that I wanted to talk about. Something that resonates with me deeply, especially when I look out and see all of you, the confirmation class of 2024. And that is the idea of resilience, and specifically the resilience of the Jewish people. So I'm going to get a little cheesy, and this is kind of a big topic, but in this moment, in this time where things are so hard in our Jewish world and in our greater world, so challenging in our communities, in our schools, in our friendships, and social media, resilience, I think, is one of the most important things we can have. So I know a lot of you talked about our trip to New York, and I'm going to talk about our trip to New York. When we went to New York, we got to do so many cool things. We visited Ellis Island, and we saw the challenges our people faced on the other side of the ocean, and then in all their journeys to make it to the land they wanted to call home. We also explored the Tenement Museum, and we learned about Jewish families that lived through pain and hunger and hardship and very tight quarters, which we got to experience for ourselves. And as we shuffled in and out of each cramped room, I was marveling at all of you, this group of very cool people, even if you thought you didn't have things to tell me that were cool, who, despite everything going on in the world, had made this moment of learning and Jewish experience a priority. And we braved the cold temperature of winter in New York City. It was a very cold weekend, and we ate pickles on the street, and I'm wondering if the street is still stained from all the pickle juice. And we grabbed midnight bubble tea in Times Square, and it was really, really fun. But there in New York, and also here in many moments at TRS that I've been a part of since I've gotten here, I've seen that it goes beyond simply having fun. When you came together with your fearless leader, almost Rabbi Beryl, who we're given a shout out to because he's off becoming an almost rabbi tonight. When you came together with him at your confirmation class, you had serious conversations, you asked hard questions, and you reflected on your beliefs. I think you each found parts of your Jewish life that resonated with you strongly, and also things you disagreed with. Showing up in that way to dialogue about Jewish topics in this incredibly hard moment is something that people well beyond your years are struggling to do. It's a time when talking about what it means to be Jewish can feel really hard, but every single one of you stepped up to the challenge, keeping that spark of resilience going. Every time you walk into this building to learn something new, to talk it out, to greet your friends, you are showing up to affirm and confirm your Jewish identity. And in this moment, I can't think of anything more powerful or more resilient or more needed in our world. And it's also not just in confirmation or at this moment that I hope you recognize that about yourselves or feel pride. You've all stepped up in your communities in really unique ways this year. You support your Jewish friends, you support your non-Jewish friends, you share with others what it means to be Jewish when sometimes you're the only Jewish person in the space. You take leadership in our youth group, Tristy, you participate in BBYO, sing in Kol Machar, play in the teen band, serve as madrichim, inspire our youth, and a lot more. You guys are really busy. So I see each of you in the coming years at TRS and far beyond, wherever the path takes you, serving as leaders and bringing your own unique strengths to the Jewish people. I hope you will see this year, see your resilience, and be really, really proud of what you've accomplished. I see in each of you the power to use your gifts and your voices and your hearts to make a true difference in this world. And so we're going to sing about it because I'm a cantor. So I hope you'll sing with me. I think you'll catch on.
I will open my eyes. I will not look away. I will use this gift I've been given every day. I will give of myself. I will reach out my hand. I will use this heart I've been given to take a stand. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. You guys know this. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Change the world. I will fight for the truth. I'll stand up for what's right. I will use this strength I've been given and be a light. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world.
Tselem Elohim. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Change the world. Change the world. Change the world. Thanks for letting me sing to you and for singing with me. It's been really special to be with you guys this year. And now I'd like to invite all of you up to receive a blessing. Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you. May God bless you all and keep you.
Ken yehi ratzon Ya'er Adonai panav elecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
You have shown so beautifully upon our congregation. And upon our world. And there's so much shining for you to do. Don't stop. Thank you.
Ratzon
Isa Adonai panav elecha. Isa Adonai panav elecha.
V'yasem lecha V'yasem lecha V'yasem lecha.
You are all really incredible blessings to our community, to your families, to our world, to yourselves. We are grateful for you, and we hope that just as you bring enormous blessing to all of our lives, so too you experience lives of a lot of blessing and a lot of possibility and a lot of richness, and most of all, lives of shalom, of peace.
Ken yehi ratzon. When we reach a day like this, a day of great thanksgiving, we sing the prayer of Shehechianu, the prayer to remind us that it is through our hope and faith in God that we get to these amazing moments in our lives. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehechianu v'kiyemanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Blessed are you, Adonai, God of the universe, granting us life, preserving us, helping us reach, helping us reach, helping us reach this day.
Red mic. Great. So I want to see you when I say this to you. Okay, ready? Pardon my back. You made it. And I wrote a little something I want to share with you. Oh, you can sit down. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't have that in my cue sheet. I apologize. You can sit down. It's all good. You can't sit down. You stay up. During this phase of your lives, things are constantly changing, like identities, responsibilities, and next steps. Confirmation marks the beginning of a new phase in your Jewish journey. One we hope will be based in Jewish values, connection to Jewish community, and continued Jewish learning and living. We are also deeply proud of your accomplishments and commitment to Judaism and to this Kehillah Kadosha, to this sacred community. Most of this class and I have been together for a very, very long time. I believe you were 4 years old when I became the director of the religious school. So we've been through a very long journey together and lots of stories, including navigating B'nai Mitzvah years during COVID, right? That was this class. I remember it well. And we came out whole, and we're okay. It's been a privilege and an honor to watch you grow and navigate each of your own individual Jewish journeys. And I just want to say on behalf of Beryl, who is at his rehearsal for his rabbinic ordination on Sunday, I know he wishes he could be here and that he's so incredibly proud of you as well. I can't wait to see what comes next. I am so proud and my heart is so full knowing that the future of Judaism will remain secure and bright in your capable hands. To commemorate this moment, each of you are going to receive a beautiful certificate designed by a temple member, Shel Rummel, and we are going to thank the women of Temple Road of Shalom for generously providing a gift for you as well of the Torah, a modern commentary. And I believe somebody might be here from Woders to help pass out the gifts. Please come on down. Thank you so much. Again, I am so proud of this extraordinary confirmation class of 5784 and wish each of you and your families a hearty mazel tov on this momentous occasion of your confirmation. Hannah Folick is going to read the names.
Y'all ready? Yeah. All right. Alexa Bayer. Micah Bierman. Isaac Brooks Weiss. Levi Cody. Rachel DeSilver. Jackson Drucker. Micah Karotkin. Henry Katz, Cass Kubler, Jacob Laidhold, Danielle Leff, Owen Lefton, Izzy Littman, Mia Moret, Mia Mortman, Jonah Phillips, Maya Rosenblum, Danny Rothman, Rebecca Rothman, Juliana Sanchez Halpern, Lucas Stone, Gavin Tillock, and Sarah Trainer. Tonight, our confirmands have helped us do many things, including focus our attention on the possibility of positive change and joy in the world, which we very much believe you all will help lead and are helping lead, and which our prayer book encourages us to spend a little time thinking about the ways that we can plug into and lead during every service. So it is an honor to invite our two wonderful B'nai Mitzvah students who have been hanging out with us on the Bima this evening to help us lead the Aleinu. And it is also an honor to invite up two of their parents to open the Ark, and I think Rabbi Schwartzman knows which two.
Gabriella's mom, Ellen, and Serena's dad, Rob, to have the honor of opening the Ark.
When the Ark is opened, we'll invite you to rise if you're able. We're on page 282.
Come right on up, Serena. Come right on up, Gabriella. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gdula liotzer breshit, shehu noteh shamayim v'yoser aretz, umoshav yikaro b'shamayim ima'al, Ushchinatu zo begavhei meromim, Hu Eloheinu ein od, Va'anachnu koreim, Umishtachavim umhodim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding, loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair.
Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of holiness, of freedom, and of peace.
Let's join together on page 287 in Bayom Ha. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz Bayom Ahu yeh Adonai echad U'shemo echad.
We take time near the end of our service to remember and honor people we care about, we love, who we've lost, either at this time in years past or recently, or who are in our hearts. As we move into the space of the Mourner's Kaddish, I'll invite you to spend some time, if you'd like, with one of the readings that begins on page 288, or with your own thoughts and memories. As I read a list of names of people who are being remembered by folks in our community, I'll invite you to rise if you're able, if you hear the name of someone who you're here remembering tonight. And after I share their names, we'll also make some time to hear the names of anyone you're thinking of who we didn't say, or if I mispronounced a name, for you to correct the pronunciation. We'd love to hear your loved one's name the way that they said it. Tonight, our community is mourning the loss of our member, Stefan Taub, and we're also remembering the following individuals whose families are in a period of shloshim, the first 30 days after their death or after their funeral. Melvin Kruger, father of Robert Kruger. Jack Hoffman, father of Greer Armandroff. Seymour Selig, father of Benjamin Selig. Joseph Facenda Sr., father of Joseph Facenda. Judy Garber, wife of Paul Wizerhoff. Stuart McHenry, cousin of Diane Priest. And Fanny Lippman, mother of Michael Lippman and grandmother of Izzy Lippman. We are also remembering the following individuals whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of their death, falls on or near this Shabbat. Eva Auerbach, Belle Balsky, Sivia Bardenstein, Joy Beer, Irving Bromberg, Max Eisner, Irving Eiches, Francis Feit, Jack Finberg, Elliot Fischel, Molly Friedman, Estella Gass, Louis Gordon, Renee Hirschenhart, Sylvester Hertz, Ira Hirschman, Roberta Horn, Louis Jardot, Ruth Kahana, Patricia Kennedy, Marvin Langhouse, Oliver Lednesser, Patricia Leopold, Hetty Levendula, Milton Levine, Gloria Lipman, Bernard Luchens, Kevin McGarvey, Muriel Meltzer, Janice Milstein, Edwin Morrison, Andrew Mullen, Arthur Nachman, Max Newman, Morris Oberlander, Mark Otis, Irving Price, Florence Rogart, Estelle Salen, Alfred Sellers, Philip Selwyn, Philip Schur, Rita Schur, Israel Schinder, Joan Slachter, Janet Stein, Minnie Stein, John Traberman, Stanley Weissman, Debbie Walensky. If you have a name to add of someone you are remembering tonight or a pronunciation to correct, please do so as my hand moves around the room.
Bernard Schockett, Albert Sherman.
Zikronam livracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing. If you're able, we invite you to rise in solidarity with our mourners on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma tivrach hirotei v'yamlich malhutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uchaye d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach le'olam omei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemed kutsha brichu le'ela min kol birhata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'hayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, huya se shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who are mourn and comfort all who are bereaved. As together we say, amen. Please be seated. It is now a pleasure to invite up a wonderful past president.
Jen Jacobson, I'm Amy Beckman, and it really is an honor for me to be here tonight, and Shabbat Shalom to everyone. I'm so delighted to, on behalf of the board and the entire congregation and all of you here, to say what an honor it was to be on the bima tonight and be a part of watching our confirmands lead us in service and play beautiful music. I think we have a B team. I know we have 5 full-time clergy, but we have lots to draw from if we ever need a B team, for sure. You guys are amazing. And it really is inspiring and does give us a spark of joy and light, as Rabbi Schwartzman said, particularly in these darker days, of being connected to our sense of Judaism and our connection to Israel. I also want to say, Dara, you've done once again a marvelous job with bringing our young people together as part of our community, and we're so grateful for all you do. I've known Dara for many years, and we're so grateful for her leadership and her wonderful team. It is great to be together. I'll get back to the written program here. And if you're joining us in person or streaming, if you're new to Temple Road of Shalom, it would be a joy to welcome you properly and tell you more about our wonderful community. Please feel free to approach one of us here, the clergy, to say hello, introduce yourself, and please enjoy the company of others and your families at our Oneg Shabbat after the service. And let me just mention, as we revive our waste reduction efforts here at TRS and we try and introduce more practices of sustainability, you'll see that we have compost bins now at our Oneg, and we have terrific volunteers who will be available to help you identify what can and cannot be composted. And if you're interested in volunteering, please sign up with our volunteer. Raina and I think Lisa are here tonight. Please see the back of your program for a selection of our upcoming programs, and details you can find on our website, as well as I said on the back of our program. We're calling out a special program where we have a Wear Orange Shabbat, and then there's the 9th annual Lag Bomer community celebration. And our entire program is on the calendar, and details can be found in the latest edition of The Connection on our website. We hope to see you again very, very soon, and Shabbat Shalom.
In just a moment, we'll invite you all to rise if you're able for Kiddush on page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'natav lanu, b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon.
As we head towards the end of our Shabbat services together, we want to say a huge thank you once again to the confirmation class for leading us so beautifully tonight, to all of the many people who have worked with them, including, we want to give a shout out to 2 people who we're not sure we've said their names out loud yet, Hannah Follick and Jason Flatt, who are also a really important part of our team teen. And we are grateful for you, as we are for so many people, including Beryl, the confirmation teacher, who will be a rabbi come Sunday. Tonight our prayer as we leave is that all of you, our wonderful confirmation class, may continue to be blessed and bless us with your wisdom and your caring, and that all of us may be filled with inspiration from this night together, that we can feel maybe like 1/10 of the commitment and connection and joy that you have so beautifully articulated for us tonight, and that we can take that into our Shabbat, into our life in Jewish community and in all the communities that we move through, and work to be a blessing to one another. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
After our closing song, we're going to allow the confirmation class to precede us going out, and then we look forward to seeing everyone in the social hall. Our closing song is Oseh Shalom, which is, I'm sure you all know. Oseh Shalom, please join us. shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Shabbat shalom.